Yo, it's the goddamn savage scientist Ed here. Governor, state of swampland. I got one person in the chat today, Barry J. I'm gonna have to get with you after this stream to find out we got our Saturday stream going on tomorrow. But today's stream is gonna be I'm gonna be talking to y'all about YouTube a little bit. And I don't even know if my touch screen working on this thing. You know, you run into so many problems when you're trying to do so much stuff at the same time. So let me pull the chat up. See if we have any kind of delay. So yeah, oh yeah, I got like, oh man. So you got Tech Boner in here, Spectacular Gadgets, and let's see who else. Zenigma. And who else? Oh, maybe this is from the last. Oh shit, that's from the last stream. So let me pull the current stream up. I want to make sure I got everybody that's watching this. All right. I'm gonna talk about YouTube a little bit today. And let me make sure I'm in the show before I start talking about this stuff. Yo, we got Steven in here. So where everybody located? I'm in the state of swampland, which is a fictional state. I'm really in Louisiana, so I'm gonna be moving out of this crappy state soon. So my next stop will be revealed. Some people already know what's my next stop here. So let me see what I have here. I really want to get a live chat going. I'm trying to open this up. For some reason, it's not showing my live, and that's all part of the crappy notification system that we have here. We also have Tech Valor that's also live. And let's see. But let's finish up with what's going on here. So we got somebody from North Carolina. North Carolina, that's a beautiful state. I drove through North Carolina in 2002 through Interstate 95 on the western part of the state, and I went through Charlotte. I think that was Interstate 77 because I was headed south to Jacksonville, so I wanted to see what Charlotte looked like. So I took a detour and went that way. So my camera is kind of blurry. This is the Logitech C930. It's supposed to be one. I mean, this is one of the best webcams out here. But as you can see, sometimes the focusing could be off a little, and you have to put stuff in front of it like this almost. You got to almost treat it like a real camera. So there we go. So yeah, so let's get into the purpose of this video. If you see my name on the bottom of the screen, it just looked like some random letters, but it's actually the word savage scientist spelled wrong. It is actually spelled wrong, but it's spelled backwards. And if you ever used if you ever took computer science and saw something called context-free grammars or or got into the what is it called? I mean, you see it in automata theory, but if you ever played with context-free grammars, then you will see if you raise some characters, you know, we use this class is mostly about characters. So if you have something like 107 and you raise that to the power R, that means you're going to have 701 as the result. So that's just one of the things that you see in this course, theory of computation. It's a very good class. I mean, it is a very difficult course, and I'm just trying to see if there's that part where they talk about raising some that's it, language. When you take a language is just something created from an alphabet. So you have an alphabet, which is A, B, C, or whatever you determine to have as the basic component of that alphabet. You raise that to a negative power, then you're gonna have a language being used. So this is some of the stuff that you would see in this course. This is one of the most difficult courses in computer science. But I'm trying to find the part in here. Oh, here we go. So here is some of it right here. So this thing says, let M1 recognize, what is that? So this thing is going to recognize the language A1. And what that is saying is that you're going to create a finite state machine. You give it some input and it's going to recognize it. So in order for a machine to recognize something, it might come in backwards. You know, if anybody did some assembly stuff, they call that Indian. You know, you have little Indian, big Indian, meaning that the most significant byte is either at the front or the back. And that's just a way of reversing the strings so it could be put in the system the correct way. So that's the whole thing behind my name's wrote like that. And the E, you know, I just decided to call my string savage scientist E. That's what that means. So, and it's raised to the -1, so you can know that that's, you know, anything you raise something to the power of 1, then raise something to the first power, then it is just like copying itself, multiplying it by 1, not copying itself. So that's where all this comes from. So I wanted to get that out the way first. So we were going to do some trivia here. You know, you know, as a scientist, you know, I talk about trivia, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I just know how to cheat a little bit in some of these courses. So that's it. That's all I did. I'm not saying that I know all this shit and I'm no genius, you know. I actually got a C in this course when I took it. So that's to show you, you know, what I'm talking about. I mean, this shit gets deep here. You go into Turing machines. You go and you create languages. I mean, you create what is those things? I haven't taken this class in 3 years, but those it's something like the numbers 1 through 9, and you might have 3 characters. That's only could be 1 through 9. There's a special name for that stuff. I'm trying to think of the name. If anybody know the name of that, put it in the comments. Yeah, just comment it down there. But what is it called when you want to match a pattern? We got the dual beacon of lightning, stay super lit, the longest name on YouTube, if not the longest. It's damn one of them. What up, folk? So what I'm trying to find out is, it's not a context-free grammar. This thing is it's like a character, string of characters. I forget the name of this thing. You know, anybody in computer science or anybody, I mean, it's math. You just probably ran across this stuff and not even realized how that's what it is. Let me move this light over this way. Maybe the camera could stay focused a little better. I'm still trying to think of the name of this thing while this camera act a fool. All right, so what is the name of this goddamn thing? I mean, I guess that's the first trivia question. What is it called? What is it called to be able to accept characters from any like a pattern? Like I said, like a phone number. You know, phone numbers. You got the area code, so that's 3 spaces. Then you have the prefix. That's another 3 spaces. Then you have a dash. Then you have 4 space for 4 numbers. Together, that format. They have a name for that thing. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Oh, if y'all could get to it before I can. It is. We got another maker in here too. He said Reg EXL. I don't know what that is either. I might have to Google that. What is that? Is that somebody's name or is that a regular expression? That's what it's called. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Regular expression. Another maker came out of the Cajolian Mountains and got the question right. I like how he didn't even write it. He just wrote Reg X. Yes, exactly. Another maker. Bam. You deserve 5 salutes because, yep, that's exactly what it is. Regular expression. I couldn't think of that shit for nothing. So you must be a developer into this whole computer science thing. Yep. So that's what I was talking about. Yep. So now that we got that out the way, let's get into the other topics here. Hey, I appreciate you for coming to my channel and checking this stuff out. I almost do these videos on the fly. I mean, I really don't even have a set topic, but I'm gonna talk about YouTube though, and I just want to get my channel up here and show you what a channel review would look like, or channel audit, whatever you want to call these. So let me open this right quick. And I don't like videos. I don't like when stuff automatically play. That automatic play crap. That's something I don't like that. Oh, yeah, that's another thing there. So let's see. Let me put the all right, so let me share my screen. All right, so there we go. So I have my channel pulled up right here, and I just want to talk to you about the things I've been doing to try to make my channel grow. This part of the video was cut off last time, so this is where I'm picked up. This is where I'm picking up at, continuing from. So I did this whole entire part of my video last week talking about this, and I didn't hit the go live button. So now we live. So in here, see if I can get this little pin to work. All right, so I'm able to mark the screen. So all that's good. So in here, when you look at my channel, like I try to keep a theme going with the colors. So as you can see, it's mostly green on this side and blue on this side. And when you look at my videos, you'll see some green here, but this red means live. So most of the time you're gonna see red live. But I have this yellow. So that's an instant disconnect because there's no yellow up here. No yellow. So that'll automatically, I mean, the stylish people who like to criticize style, they'll look at that and say, you have a inconsistent theme on your channel. But right here is one thing I would say I'm doing good, but some people might say not. But I explain what my playlists are about right here. That is a terrible circle. Let me erase this. So right here, I'm telling you what this playlist is about. right there. And if you go down, I have the blue playlist, and that's continuing with it. So I'm gonna have to put some. So when I design my channel banner again, I'm gonna have to put some yellow in it. So that's the yellow. We have the black playlist and the green playlist. And some of these videos actually, like especially in the green playlist, this is gonna be stuff that I used to talk about with. I still might talk about rideshare, but when I talk about these new rideshare topics, and when I talk about all this other stuff, this is gonna be the playlist that's gonna be like this is gonna be the damn stuff that don't fit the other three categories. And I have my popular videos and collaborations on the bottom. So in this green playlist that haven't been updated in over a year, I have videos on how to make money driving Uber and channel updates. So these live streams need to be part of this list. That's why when you see my live streams, my name is written green, like right here. There it is. So I'm gonna put all this stuff is gonna be, all these three videos gonna be in my green playlist. So if I was to grade my channel, I would definitely take off some points for that, because this isn't consistent. Eventually through the week, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna fix this, put some, yeah, green is the best. Green is the color of money, kind of, you know, the $100 bill is not kind of blue. Green and blue, you can't go wrong with it. And look right here, I have the glass, the thing where I did a review on the tempered glass screen protector for the Surface Book computer. So that's part of my green playlist. And well, I mean, this is going to be part of the blue playlist because that's tech related. And my yellow playlist, this is going to be the content. This is going to be the bulk of my content going forward. At least 50% of my videos gonna be related to the stuff in this playlist. If I'm doing an Uber video, I'm gonna make the video more on programming, coding, and computer science. Because if you look at my community tab, let me get this off the screen right quick. So on the community tab, I did a survey a long time ago. Will anyone be interested in a computer science data structures video? 86% said yes. That's why I started doing the videos, data structures 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm working on 5. I'm trying something a little different with that one. So that's why that video took a little while. So let me catch up in the comments and see what people are saying. So it looked like right after I'm gonna just call him the dual beacon because he got one of those long names. So Barry Johnson came back, saying that he's another creator. I've been following Dual Beacon. He is a gamer. He goes live. He probably go live for what? Didn't you do a 10-hour stream one time? Yeah, he could go for a long time. So, and we have another maker right here. He said, my wife and I watch all these videos. I found this channel from a Computer Shopper magazine video. I think I remember you commenting on that video. So that was my first video. I did video talking about computer shopping. And we have Barry chilling. And me and Barry, I don't know if we're going to go live tomorrow, but we have our tech talk, or is engineer versus scientist. But since we're on my channel, I'm going to call it scientist versus engineer. But we have our structured live stream that we talk about various topics. Most of those topics deal with mobile devices and Raspberry Pi, or a little bit of gaming. It is, we talk about all kinds of stuff, but I know a lot of people who support me and Barry, they are from the tech community with the mobile phones. And they have people in that community who could talk about cell phones for hours. We got Bionic Scoop in here, and that's another person with a real great YouTube channel. Oh, so right here so Barry just said we can't go tomorrow. I mean, he can't go tomorrow, but he said I could still go live right here on my channel. But yeah, he's spending time with his son. Yeah, and you know, you can read the comment, you know. So, and I understand it. I mean, you know, sometimes you just, you know, family come first. I mean, you know, we're gonna still be here, your YouTube family, but you know, take care of your family first. That's always number one. You know, without being religious, you know, God is always over everything, and then your family, then you know, you're chopping down the tears, whichever importance it is. And if we were looking at this as a data structure, that would be what I call, or what we call, a priority queue. A priority queue is just a data structure that ranks the elements based on a number called priority. So that's all that is. And a good example of a priority queue might be if you're going to I mean, well, maybe somebody could give us a good example in the comment. What is a good example? I told you we were going to have some trivia here. Give me an example of a priority queue. So we got Beacon saying that I used to take a course in high school called computer repair and technology. That was pretty great. I think I took a course similar to that led to the something like the A+ certification. It went over a lot of hardware. I mean, yeah, hardware and operating system stuff. I liked it. I mean, I learned what RAM was and all that stuff. And a lot of times when I talk about when you watch my data structures video, I might talk about memory, but when I say memory, I'm actually talking about RAM. So a good example of a priority queue might be if you going to, you know, the hospital. That's probably I mean, the emergency, the ER at a hospital. If you, so a priority, the highest priority will probably be somebody going in there with their head hanging off their body. You know, they don't, you know, that's a high priority. That's more important than somebody who got bit by ant or something, unless they're dying from the ant bite. So yeah, so somebody, you know, you go into the hospital because you got ashy elbows, you're gonna have priority 900, meaning they have 900 people that need to see a doctor before you, meaning the person going to the doctor. Oh, so Beacon said that he just got his first COVID shot. I got mine last week. I got the Moderna too. I have to go back and take the second shot. I'm thinking 2 or 3 weeks from now. I don't know exactly, but sometime in the future, I'm gonna be taking the second shot. But I've been practicing and I've been telling people this back. I mean, you could go all the way back on my channel to 2018. I'm about to show that to you right now. This is a good thing. So I'm gonna talk about that Corona shot. So yeah, Beacon got to go on June 7th for his second shot. All right. Yeah, so hopefully it didn't have any effects from it. I didn't. I mean, I went in there. The only thing was I had, you know, where they stuck me with the needle, it kind of felt like a shot. I mean, you know, just the spot where I was shot. Yeah, that little spot was sore for a little while, but I mean, it ain't nothing. I mean, I was still able to use my arm right afterwards. So let's finish with this channel review. So I'm about to go continue scrolling down community tab. So this is when I was talking about StreamYards. They stepped up their game. I'm thinking they're making it so. This was before they started with the. This is when they started with the 10 participants. Yeah, so StreamYards really started to bring the heat. That's me standing on top of my old Crown Vic 2014. in front of Louisiana State Capitol. Louisiana is not swampland, by the way. Swampland is really a collection of all my subscribers and people on social media. Together, I call all my subscribers, my community, State of Swampland. I'm the governor. And I cannot, oh, and right here, my son actually created his own video game. This is it right here. I'm terrible at this game. And I think that was cool for him to do that. I wanted to create a video game back in 1991, and I was unsuccessful at it. This dude done created his own shit. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. So on my channel, I also did this I've been talking about the merger of Samsung Galaxy series. One day I think that they're gonna well, I'm thinking that time came now. I mean, Samsung is starting to put the S Pen features into the Galaxy, the S Plus. What is the S21 Plus? So that's an example of Samsung, you know, either phasing out the Note series or really merging the Note series with the S series right here. And that was the purpose of this that posting. So right here I'm just talking about an ebook by Swarthy Days, and she just changed the name to Simplicity, yep, digital, whatever, however you say that. Simplistically, all right, digital, simplistically. We got Shark Fin Tech in here too. I see you down there, brother. But way down here somewhere, oh, here it is. This is what I actually was looking for. So this is what people wanted to see. They wanted, the 54% of the people wanted to see computer science and data structures. They wanted to see more of this stuff. And 38% wanted to see Uber related content. You know, the thing about Uber is it's like it's a dead subject almost. At least on my channel, my Uber content isn't getting the traction that I would expect it to get. So I'm kind of, you know, getting away from talking about Uber so much and more into this. This is my passion, this computer science shit. So 8% want to see phones and mobile tech. So that's why that is the reason why I'm kind of backing away from phones and mobile tech and general science also, because you can make science into anything. So we have Shark Fin Tech right here. He just giving shout outs to Barry right there. Trying to move my mouse. I have two screens here. So let's go down to this and scroll back to the top. And right here, what sounds better, coder or programmer? I like programmer better. It's kind of like cook versus chef. If you was, I mean, the word programmer sounds a little more professional. Coder, I mean, you don't really see job postings that say, I'm looking for a senior coder. You'll see a senior programmer, not a senior coder. Yeah, and another maker, yes, developer is really the name that they call. Yeah, I would prefer for it to be called a developer or even engineer. They have software engineers, programmers, but you're not going to see a job say coder. If you're doing coding work, you're probably a system administrator, and you're probably writing scripts, login scripts to map network drives or to launch specific programs, like I have a script I created because VLC crashes all the time. So I created a script, and I have a bash script that I created to map my network drive on my virtual machine. That make it so I could easily, you know, do Python coding. I know I'm gonna talk about that probably in the future. If both people come and demand that, I'm gonna start talking about that. So yeah, I'm using the ring light. I always use my ring light, brother Seth. Yeah, ring light right here. Use my shit, man. And so Shark FinTech just said, well, Savage Scientist is right. And your name, so I guess so it makes sense that the people are asking for more CS content from me. Yeah, I'm not the, you know, you can put Savage in front of any word. And man, I'm liking the questions. So you can put Savage in front of anything but scientist. So that's what make me more of a scientist. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm this in a lab wearing my lab coat doing that shit, you know, mixing chemicals or working on the most cutting edge UIs and all that stuff, which I would definitely like to do it, but I am doing a little bit of research in cyber. Yeah, but a lot of the, I mean, when you're a developer, there's a lot of times you can't even talk about the stuff you do. It's like having the damn government clearance. You just can't go talk about the UFOs and shit. You're gonna have the FBI looking for you, or state of swampland. We call it DSI and SID. Those people do not play. I have a video on my channel where the SID pulled up on some guys that were fighting. You got to check that out. And so another maker said, what is my favorite programming language? I would say I would probably have to go with C++ because that's the language I learned first. That's the language I like C++ because it is kind of, it gave rise to so many, well, not even C++. You could go back to C, but C/C++ gave that format and that style of, that block style of code is copied in Java. You could see it in JavaScript. You could see it in C#. You see it in many, well, I guess that's probably most of the languages. And you can see it in a lot of languages. You know, if you look at some old, I think that's COBOL or Pascal, one of those old classic back in 1986 programming languages like Fortran, one of them old ass languages, they would start off with start, begin, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna, I like those languages because they're easy to read, but man, it could become a real problem. So we have somebody talking about the Adreno. What is that? What is that? Is that a chip? Oh, let me see if somebody in here with that name. Adreno. What is that? I'm gonna have to look that up. Is that some kind of programming language? So I guess he said C++ is nice. And what he used it for is Arduino. Arduinos. Let me look it up right quick. ARD. All right. So this looked like some kind of, man, it looked like these things could get expensive too. So it's like what computers used to look like a competitor to Raspberry Pi. Yeah, all right. Arduino. Dang, I've been saying that all wrong, man. So yeah, so that thing is like a Raspberry Pi. So I don't know if they, Raspberry Pi, you can get them spec'd out with i7 processors in it. Yep. So that's pretty good. That's dope shit there. what you could do with a Raspberry Pi, you could do you could, I mean, really, you could set up a Raspberry Pi as a gaming simulator. I mean, you could use it to turn your lights on in your house. I think Shark Fin Tech said something about that. I have a question for you. It's a long and so might not. I mean, he have one of those long questions, so I guess he's saying I might not be able to answer it. But man, you can ask it in the right there in the chat. Yeah, I'll do my best to answer it. If I don't know it, we could look the answer up right here. So yeah, so Barry just said that it's similar to Raspberry Pi, and that's him spelling it out. Arduino. I just got shit. Arduino. I know that there's a chip called the Arduino processor. I think. I don't know. I think that's probably some old crap. I think it was a mobile processor, or it was something made by Intel. I'm gonna have to look that up too. Oh, all right. So you're gonna send me one, man. That'll be cool. So we're gonna talk after this. So maybe we could do a tech trade. I could send you some of the tech, because right now, I had a game of Jeopardy going last week, and so let me go to the top of this and just talk about that Jeopardy round. So far, Shark Fin Tech is the current champion because he has a win. He has 1 win in Jeopardy, 0 losses. Me and Bionic Scoop had a challenge in a Nintendo game. I won 1, he won 1. So really, 1 and 1 means 0, and that's why Shark Fin Tech is the champion. But let's see if he's gonna stay the champion after we do some type of simulation. So we do have simplisticality, simplistically digital. I just like calling us Walter because that is 5 times easier to say. What up, folk? And let me highlight your comment. And she's saying hey to everybody else here, because that's how she do it. And now she's the person who does the great trivia stuff. And I could see one day I might do a real good trivia, but right now I like trivia too. Shit. So we're gonna just find some trivia online. If anybody have a trivia link that you could just go to it and start it without having to do anything, just basic questions. We don't even need it to be fancy and do all kind of point scoring and all that. We just need some quick questions with answers. So if anybody have one of those, go for it. So right here, Shark Fin Tech is asking this very long question. Okay, here it goes. So our programming skills, let me make this bigger. Now I can't see it no more. Shit. All right, so our programming skill sets totally different from a web developer using Python, Java, etc., or B, programming apps, software, and using C, coding the architecture for a CPU or a system on a chip. Well, I'm not gonna say that's a difficult question, but basically programming skills are required to get the computer to talk in different programming languages. But when you're programming for a different system, I would say. So if you were writing front end, back end, any type of web programming, you're gonna use a web programming language, and you're not gonna be using as much math as say you writing an application. You could write an application like a simple program to just display a line of text. That's gonna be easier than writing code for a website where you might have to interface with it, take some input from a form and put it in a SQL database, search through a SQL database and let you know how many people live in Minneapolis with a salary of $50,000 or more. You would have to do some fancy SQL filtering on that. So you would say something like select from list of people, so people P, where people dot salary is greater than 50,000. So that's what the SQL statement will look like. And I'm gonna get up there and check y'all comments, but I have this great question asked by Sharky here, Shark FinTech. So if you programming for something, in a job, web programming could be sophisticated. Anything could be sophisticated, but the most I would say challenging programming would probably be your third, the C coding, the architecture for a CPU or a SoC. That will be mostly assembly language programming, probably C programming, and you're gonna have to deal with addressing specific parts of memory and making sure that memory lined up. So you might run into having to program different areas of that system. Like if you're doing assembly language programming, you might have to access certain sectors of that memory that is allocated for that. Like if you do something like 0x, like if you say int and then you're gonna do it in hexadecimal, 0x I think is 40 or something number. That means that you could stop the hardware, you could stop the disk drive from reading. A lot of times viruses do that, so they'll write some stuff in certain areas. You have a code section, and assembly language programming could be one of the most difficult and rewarding areas in programming. If you good with assembly language, then you probably could get a job making $200,000 a year as reverse engineer. All right, so let me scroll back up. So we got Swarthy right here, or simplistically digital. I just like Cal so much, California. I see that Cali at the end. So she is saying hi to another maker, and oh, you need something fancy. So Septon said I need a fancy gameplay. But maybe if you come on here and play Super Mario 3 and beat the first level before I can, then you can say something. Let's see if you got some skills to bring that controller up. I could set that up for next week's stream if you want to. So maybe if you could beat Sharky, you and Sharky, y'all go at it. And let me know if Sharky, you down to defend your title against Septon, and y'all could pick how y'all want to defend it. Y'all go at it. Or y'all could go on Mike's stream and have a tech fight. So let me know. So right here we have Barry saying Septon, and Septon again. Septon stepped in the building, and he said the savage knows his stuff. Bro, I just read books, bro. Computer science is a fun subject, bro. It's not. I'm not trying to sound like I'm this genius and smart. When you take these certain classes, bro, they stick with you, bro. You be like, man, I took theory of computation, and I need to find a way to use this shit before I forget it. So just make a YouTube video talking about it. So Barry said he's chilling, and this is simplistically digital, saying hello to everyone else. And that's the returns. And there's a program for different things. Yeah, and those programs are created in programming languages. So like if you're using Photoshop, that's probably written in mostly C. I would say Photoshop was probably created in C++, C, or Java. Most likely not Java. Java is a interpreted language. It's very slow. And I'm thinking most likely that, or it could have been C# too, but I'm thinking, because if you go on the Apple side, you might have to, I think Apple is getting more and more on board with their own language, Swift. So Microsoft developed They switched over from .NET to this damn C# and Swift is the same thing for Apple, and they use that a lot for iOS apps. And right here we have simplistically saying salute to Barry J. So right here, Val's review. She's saying hi to everybody. And I used to do programming years ago. Things have progressed so much. And yeah, that's true. I remember you didn't even have to know you didn't need to know how to write a lick of code to create a website. Back whenever you had Dreamweaver, Front Page, everybody had these little website creating programs. But now people started wanting flashy graphics. They wanted interactive stuff, boxes popping up. So that means you have real-time server interaction happening. And the only way that it'll be, I mean, you could do some of that stuff in Front Page, but most of the time, that's whenever you really gonna become more, and you're gonna have to do more of that with JavaScript. Like that's why Ajax took off. Ajax is just a combination of JavaScript and asynchronous. It's asynchronous. I think AJAX. I think that stands for asynchronous JavaScript and I think it's XML something. So that's just, it's kind of like a front end and back end solution to making websites interactive. Oh yeah, well this is that tech stuff. I mean, this is the more of the programming side. We have 11 people here, and I want to give 11 salutes to everyone in here. So here we go again. So he just subbed. So another maker just subbed to all y'all channels. So I think Val's Review has a channel, and I think well, we know Swartha has a channel. Septon has one. Barry Johnson, Shark Fin Tech. I think if he didn't start his channel, he got one. Another maker. Do you have a channel? I think you do. And the dual beacon of lightning drivers stay lit is an Uber driver. He does Uber content. It's another channel, another YouTuber out here. I don't like the term YouTuber. I don't know if Stephen Campbell has a channel. And so now I think I'm caught up on here. So let's go right here and see how I have no trolls. That's good. So I'm gonna check out your channel too. So I have another maker and develop with Dan. So I'm gonna check your channels out after this stream. And because if this thing wasn't so close to the end, I would go and do some live channel reviews. So let me finish showing my channel to y'all. And if I have time, if somebody wants a channel review, then I could take a look at it and tell you my opinion. So I'm about to trying to see. I have a second screen right here. So let's go to my videos. And as you can see, by shrinking this down, you can see that you will see certain colors. So if I put some yellow in my banner up here, then all the colors will be consistent. And when you look, most of the videos that I did with the color schemes, they stand out, and that's why I did that. And as you go back further in time, you'll start seeing that the colors change. Like at one time I had this tech video kit going where I was trying to do, before I could post a Uber video, I got to have so many, I think it was 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess that was 9. So I did nine tech videos before I could do a Uber video. And so I try to keep a consistent font style And sometimes like these videos where I do talk about Uber, I would put Savage Driver in here. Right here, like on this video, Savage Driver. See if this screen would have been working right, I could zoom in by doing the gestures. Thanks for checking out my thumbnails. I've been working on them for a while. So as I go back, you really start to see when my thumbnails changed. So this is the older style I started doing 2 years ago. I've been on YouTube for a minute talking about the Note 9, and here go a video about computer science, computer engineering, and information technology. Just talking about the difference in those two. This is my best video, 16,000 views. Some people get 16, like MKBHD gets 16,000 views in 5 minutes. So Val Review was just saying she liked how my thumbnails look, and I appreciate it. And the colors, the angles, the words, yeah, that stuff make them stand out. Shark Fin Tech again. I hope you have content up. Yeah, I'm about to post data structures, my fifth data structures video. Now you never done anything like this before, so it's daunting. I mean, the only thing is just to put a video out there, even if it's crap. Putting it out there and just making sure your next video is better than your last video. That is the advice from me with a similarly small channel. And one of the main reasons why my channel haven't grown is because I have all kind of stuff on here. So if I would have had a channel called Savage Driver, Savage Scientist, or Savage Tech, or whatever, Savage Programmer, each one of those would have a higher ranking on in YouTube's algorithm, because then they'll be able to predict what type of video I'm gonna do. If I did 10 data structures videos or 10 computer science videos in a row, and then all of a sudden do a video on making money driving DoorDash or something, I just ruined the momentum I just had. It's just like driving 90 miles an hour and then catch a flat, and now you have to stop and have to start that momentum again. Yep. So I did this because I'm not really doing YouTube for money or for fame. I'm doing this so I could catalog this is just like looking at me as a person, my history, my interests at that time. And hey, it would be good to have a monetization here. I was monetized at one time, but as going forward, I'm gonna start to do more content on programming, because everybody spoke the words in the survey, so I just have to start doing it. And it's gonna take a little while for most of my videos to be yellow, so that's why I have to get that yellow in my banner so it can look right. So another maker agreed having a really diverse content really hurt his channel. And going up here, let me get. Yeah, so you should try and get Val Review is saying that this is a great community. Shark Fin Tech, I think he's already part of this community. Yeah, I mean, because right after this, at 8 o'clock, holla at your boy, LaShawn. He is gonna go live, and that's where we really just, well, not me, because I'm not a regular guest, but I mean, it's open mic, so I might show up there. That's when I act a real savage, and it's kind of like barbershop. It's like going to the barbershop, and it's not for the kids. So if you have kids in your house and you're watching Ignorant Hours, then consider yourself warned, because it's gonna be some shit talking and everything. So Shark Fin just said, thanks, Savage. You have been so supportive and motivating, and I'm so glad I discovered this community and in the tech YouTube space. So yeah, this is a big community. The tech space, and I would say the greater tech space. I'm talking about stuff beyond cell phones and mobile technology. Tech is large. Tech covers stuff from refrigerators with mobile devices in it, cars, Teslas and all that stuff. And all this tech is held together by programming. And if you talk about programming on your channel, you have, you have a chance that you could be sponsored by someone like all these like Udemy. Udemy does it, and coding dojos and all these other Udemy, some other one, all these learning platforms. This stuff is real is real difficult for someone. If you just looking at some computer code, that stuff don't, I mean, it's different. I mean, it's almost like math. I mean, I remember my first time seeing, when I learned how to add, my sister was taking algebra and I saw letters in it. I said, what the hell is an X? X plus 3, what is X? So the first thing I thought was X is what the 19th, 20th, 23rd letter in the alphabet, X, Y, Z. Damn, that's to show you how good I am with knowing the letters in the alphabet. So X is the third letter from the end of the alphabet. So that's the 23rd letter. So I'm thinking X is 23. So what I just did was I assigned a value to X on the spot. And that's how I say, oh, so that's what that means. But that's not exactly what it means. I just instantaneously gave X a value. And when you take calculus, you have something called instantaneous rate of change and all type of stuff where you look at the way a function change as the way the function changes as you change the variable. So that's why calculus is important, and it makes you start thinking about how to approach these difficult problems. Somebody might walk up to you and say they need you to write software to calculate some type of math problem. So now you have to understand it, make sure your software is returning the correct value, or then you're gonna have a bridge falling down and stuff like that really happen. And engineers are certified, but like mechanical, civil, all those engineers are certified with state licenses. And now they are trying to get computer scientists or more like computer engineers to be certified. And I agree with it. I mean, that'd be a nice, beautiful plaque on the wall, computer engineer. So maybe that would be good. So you just understand the engineering process in computer science. So this is Shark Fin again, saying thanks, Val. I think Val just subbed to your channel, right? Y'all gonna sub to each other channels? Yeah. So yeah, that's good to see this community growing and people engaging and checking this stuff out. I really like that. So going down through these videos, I have Savage Matte for Savage Matte for Uber drivers. And some of these videos were real helpful to people driving. So I did I think I spread enough information on YouTube about being an Uber driver. I mean, some of these videos could really, if you decide to drive, like how to handle passengers with guns and stuff, some of this stuff really could help you, and how to stay away from those bad drivers, those bad customers, and how to deal with them. And it's just a lot of stuff I done put out here. But now you can just see my thumbnails, how they changed over time. And there were small, subtle changes, but this is probably the biggest change. I'm pointing at it like you can see me pointing at it. Like, see these thumbnails? This is how I started. This was 3 years ago with this circle and all this stuff. And I don't even use the brown color because that was gonna be my tech reviews, the brown color. But that's now part of the blue playlist. And instead of going back and changing them, I just left it like it is. And I went back and redid some of them, but these brown thumbnails, that was what I was doing at that time. And this is my second most watched video about 2 cheap HDMI splitters. I did a giveaway and I gave one of those splitters away, and now you can see, going all the way back to the computer shopper video, my first video 4 years ago. I was still in my 30s. Oh, and look right here. Somebody dropped $500 in my car while I was driving Uber. If you want to find out what I did, then you got to watch the video. And it's close to 7 o'clock and we didn't get any trivia in today. So no one dropped anything in here about playing trivia. So we're gonna have to get some trivia going. So I'm gonna ask somebody to start a trivia game next week, or put some links to some trivia games. If not, I'm gonna try and see if I can find some type of online trivia, or I might have to make some questions up and use that program Swarthy was using, with that does the points and all that. It's kind of like you create a quiz, you have multiple choice. So I might try something like that next week. So let me know what y'all want to talk about next time. So it is 7:01. This is the Savage Scientist, governor of the state of Swampland. Salutes to everybody who stepped in here. I got all the way to, I think, 12 viewers. I appreciate all this. So Shark Fin Tech want to go another round of Jeopardy. We might, you know what? I saw online version of Jeopardy. So I might see if I could do that. If not, I could run Jeopardy on the emulator on the NES, play the NES old 1989 version of Jeopardy. We could do that. So since Shark is the champion, he get to see what he do, because he's supposed to be taking on Septian. Yeah, Septian, you know, he is a big shit talker. So I think he talk more shit than I do. So that'd be a good gaming fight right there. Septian versus Shark Fin Tech. We're gonna see if we can have that sanctioned right here. And if they decide to want to take it to Tech, then I know Mike will take care of that for y'all too. Tech King Mike, he also does some type the tech fights on Saturday night tech fights. If you're not subscribed to his channel, you should go check it out. And this is the Savage Scientist, Ed, governor of the state of Swampland. Peace out. So when I hit the end broadcast button, try that again. Peace out.